Yo, October 25th, 2021. Halfcast 169, episode 169. Let's go. Happy Monday, y'all. Hope everyone's week got off to a well start. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection.
I wonder if they see the sparkle in your eyes. I wonder if they know that I'm not your guy.
Go. Abandoned children live with brother's corpse for a year. Police. And when I caught this story right off the top line, the first thing that came to my head was that movie Flowers in the Attic, and how that had even if you're around my age, if you ever seen that movie, it's still horrifying. If you remember it, it's a terrifying movie. The skeletal remains of a 9-year-old boy are believed to have been left with abandoned children in Texas home for a whole year. Police have said, wow. Harris County officers made the horrific discovery on Sunday after they received a call from a 15-year-old who said his brother 9 had been dead for a year inside the Houston apartment he shared with his 2 other siblings, according to ABC 13. And nobody, like if you live in an apartment complex, and of course neighbors keep tending themselves and everybody, but if you have 3 or 4 kids in a house and you don't see the kids, you don't see any parents, and you don't like just see anything, like you don't never see them, like that is what happened. Does anybody come by and do maintenance like for a year? Was there any, like, did anybody knock on the door, hey, your rent is due, are the lights on, anybody came to shut off? Why I don't hear any, like I don't never see anybody? Are the kids going to school? Like, yeah, is there anything? Like nobody thought to, like, but then you don't expect for this to be the case though. Police said they found the 3 boys aged 15, 10 and 7 inside the home, and that the teenager and his siblings appeared to have been abandoned. Officers say they found skeletal remains that appeared to have been of a young boy and were consistent with that what the teenager had told them. The remains were reportedly left out in the apartment and were not concealed or hidden away from the other children. Where the hell is the parents? Units found 3 juveniles abandoned in an apartment. Skeletal remains, possibly of another juvenile, were also found inside the unit. The teenage boy also told emergency services that their parents had not lived with them in the apartment for several months. So what the fuck were they doing? What? Yeah, all 3 children have since been taken into custody. Wow. What the hell? Was the eldest child appeared to have cared for his siblings for several months? Police told the network. Sheriff Gonzalez later added the children's mother and her boyfriend had been found and were being interviewed by officers. Are they being taken? I don't want to hear that they're being interviewed. I want to hear that they've been arrested and they're being like, what the hell were you doing with these kids? He described the events at the apartment as horrific and unlike anything he had seen during his many years with the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Wow. I want to hear that these parents are being arrested. That's beyond neglect. That's just beyond neglect. Next up. Parents caught on video dragging driver off the school bus, beating her in the street while screaming, and scared students watched. Middle of her route, I got to take the rest of these kids home and you want to fight? A student, passenger on the bus, was able to capture most of the incident on cell phone video. School bus driver Andrea Anderson told New Orleans Fox affiliate WBUE TV that she was attacked at the corner of Franklin Ave and North Dojanois. Yeah, I think I nailed it. By a trio of parents because they were angry about an alleged bullying incident that took place on the bus. So what is the bus driver going to do? The bus driver can just be like, If if I had to stop the bus to turn around to tell your badass kids to sit down, they will never get to school and they would never get home. Now, I mean, check the parents who's bullying. That's yeah, check the parents of the child that's supposedly doing the bullying. Check them. Tell them to tell their kids to keep your fucking hands to yourself, and you're there to ride the bus and get the hell off, go to school and come back home and nothing else. What does the bus driver have to do with, like, yeah, if the bus driver stops to break up fights and do, I suppose, but or bus aides. Don't they have bus aides in Louisiana? Anderson told the situation that Anderson told the station that she didn't know about the alleged bullying incident before the attack. Footage of, yeah, because it's probably off the bus and it probably spilled over to on the bus. Footage of the attack was recorded by a student and provided to the station last week. In the video, a female adult can be seen standing over Anderson, who is behind the wheel of the bus. And you wonder why America is short on bus drivers, why we got kids in Boston riding buses that got stripper poles on them, because it is. Nobody wants to do this shit, man. And you're really making them not want to do this. The woman appears to be yelling and pointing at Anderson. A few seconds later, it appears Anderson tries to push the woman off of her. The woman then appears to grab Anderson, drags her down the steps of the bus, and throws her on the ground where two other adults were already wildly swinging their fists. So what the fuck? What does this do? You're teaching. Now we know where the bullying came from, right? Now we know. I learned it from watching you. The video showed the three adults punch and kick Anderson multiple times as she tries to get back on the bus. They also ripped off her bright yellow driver's vest and threw it on the ground. They snatched their stripes. Anderson, this is not funny. I swear this is not funny. But why the vest though? And what did the vest got to do? What is the vest? The symbol of, yeah. Anderson said the three were waiting for her when she made her scheduled stop at the corner. It was horrible. They approached the bus. They pushed past other students, pushed the kids out the way, knocking them down, knock the kids out the way. Anderson said in an interview with WBUE, it happened right here in the middle of the street. My stop sign was out. I had cars waiting, people were outside. I had students outside. It was horrible. Wow. It make people not want to work. We're already short on bus drivers. Anderson said the bus was full of students, many of whom were screaming as the parents continued thrashing her in broad daylight. She described the kids as afraid. Yeah, the kids were screaming, that they were screaming. They were scared, Anderson said of the students on board the bus. Anderson also told the station that the three parents didn't think through their plan very well. She said she intends to do everything in her power to make sure they end up in jail. Oh, yeah, they're going to do some time. If not time, they're going to do some time. But you decide with your childish mind to come to a bus stop and fight a school bus driver like, I'm not going to press charges because, hey, I want all three of them in jail. This is what happens when you get so, and I say this every time, almost every show, you get so angry, it's not even anger. You get so enraged or whatever, or you fly off the handle. You don't even know the whole fucking story. And you just go and beat this school driver up, this bus driver up. Now, after you calm down, you're getting a cuff slapped on you and you're facing a fine and jail time for what? For something that's possibly not going to change when you're in jail. Like, yeah, kids are going to be kids. They're going to fight. There's going to be bullies. The best thing you could do is tell your kids, everybody tell their kids, keep your hands to your fucking self. Anderson said she was traumatized from the incident and was still recovering from her injuries. But she says she still wants to return to work because she loves her job. And fuck them kids. And them parents. Tell them parents to drive the kids to school. Child Services called on parents who kept unvaccinated kids home from school. Why? Why? I wish somebody would. First off, who called Child Services? That is none of your fucking business in the first place. Let's start. They called on parents who kept unvaccinated kids home from school. And until you people, and I feel the same way. But my son he's going to school. But I feel that, and I know a lot of parents feel that until you guys figure it the fuck out, I would rather stay home and I can homeschool my kid. I can get him the same things that's in the curriculum for the grade level that he's taking at school, and he'd probably be better off because he doesn't have to worry about bus drivers getting their ass kicked in front of him or her on the way to school. A family in Washington, D.C. was reported to child services by the city's public school system for educational neglect. Is that even a fucking thing? Really? Is that even a thing? Yeah, after they chose to keep their unvaccinated children home from school over COVID-19 safety concerns. Now, I know for a child to go to school, they have to have their rubella shots and a COVID-19, maybe the COVID-19 vaccine in most states. I'm not quite up on that, the way how that works on a state by state basis. But your kid can't go to school if they're not vaccinated. I understand that part 100%. So it's not like they want my child to get vaccination. Okay. And I understand that your rules is that the kid can't attend unless he or she is vaccinated. So therefore, I opt out to send my kid to school. I think it's very mature. Instead of forcing your kid in a position where the school system is just going to like reject them and you're going to have to go through a lot of shit. No, I think I think they made a conscious decision that, okay, my kid has to take the vaccine if he don't, and I don't want him to take the fucking vaccine, so he's not going to go. Kavita Kazargod Staub and her husband said they decided to keep their children home at the beginning of the school year over the fears that the DC public school system coronavirus safety policy was insufficient, according to a report published Monday in The Intercept. I see nothing wrong with what these parents did. And if you listen closely, they decided to keep their children home at the beginning of the school year. And if you go back the beginning of the school year, and it's crazy. It's crazy. They can't write the ship. They can't figure out how to get the shit right. So I think they made a good decision. Well, okay, I'll have my kid I'll maybe have the kid join school right before the deadline. So yeah, I'll get them vaccinated if they figure out that they got their shit together. Maybe. I don't see what they did wrong. That's just my opinion. The policies were vague. Everyone was scrambling. So we decided to keep our kids home for the first week of school in the hopes that DC public schools would realize they made a mistake and catch up with things like testing and outdoor eating. She told the news outlet Kazargod Staub, who previously served as the Parent Teacher Association president for the school, cited issues that included broken heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. So she was on the inside to know that these problems were there, and she decided not to subject her child to them. Where is the problem? For outdoor eating, her children who are in 2nd and 5th grade, germ factories, the germ factory ages, are too young to be vaccinated against the virus. NBC Washington reported they did nothing wrong. Kazargod Staub said that she called the school's principal to discuss the issues, but that no changes were made after the first week. So you take matters into your own hand. You are your child's primary caregiver, and you moved accordingly. Yes. The Intercept that she provided her children with learning supplements and continued to keep them home from school while deciding whether or not to formally pull them out. Fair enough. Remote learning through DCPS was not an option, as the city requires doctor certification to prove that such supplemental education is necessary. These are my fucking kids. I do what the hell I want. Whatever happened to that? These are my kids. And I feel for the safety of my own children that it's better for me to keep them home until you assholes do your end and figure it out. So now I'm the bad guy. I'm the one that's keeping my child for what? From what? Coming home sick and giving it to everybody else in the house and putting us all at no. Next up. Why many Black employees don't want to return to the office. Yeah. See, Mom Ashley Brooks enjoys working in tech support at a Nashville firm, in large part because the job has been remote since the coronavirus pandemic erupted, but with her employer likely to summon employees back to the office in 2022, she is nervous. Why? Why? If things are going good, then like, yeah, why do you want me cooped up in a cubicle when I can work from home? Like many Black Americans, and I don't think it's just Black Americans. It's just that if people have found that it's convenient, it's doable. People have found that it's doable, that you can work from home and you could be a provider from home where you can also be around your family, and you could be in a safer workspace as opposed to going to the job and having somebody lose their mind and assault you over something like petty. Or yeah, you're in a safer space, and when you're safer, you're more productive. None of the yeah, indeed, while polls suggest that some employees are content to be back at their desk, those are the ones that want to get the hell out of the motherfucking house and get away from. They want to get away from that wife, that husband. They want to get away from them hollering ass kids. Those are the ones who want to get away. Black workers told CBS Money Watch that being in a predominantly white workplace often exacts an emotional toll. Working from home offers a measure of inner peace and even helps them qualify them for a higher level position. Black women in particular say a typical workday often requires looking past microaggressions from coworkers, ignoring flippant comments about their natural hairstyles, or suppressing emotions lest they be labeled an angry Black woman. Fair enough. An October survey of more than 10,000 workers from Future Forum, a research group focused on workplace issues, that 66% of Black respondents want a flexible schedule compared to 59% of white employees. The survey concluded that Black workers are happier in their jobs and have a more favorable view of their employer when working remotely. Yeah, it's because we love each other from a distance, baby. Florida woman displeased with service hit teen KFC drive-through staffer in the neck. Jesus Christ. First off, how are you going to displeased is a horrible word to put it because it's KFC. You're lucky they just didn't give you the salmonella sandwich and charge you extra for it, because the best thing, hey, don't at me. The best thing they got going for them is the mashed potatoes anyway. And I don't like KFC chicken anyway. I got my reason. A Florida woman has been arrested after striking a KFC worker in the neck after allegedly receiving poor customer service. It's KFC, baby. Nobody took you to to filet mignon, to the filet mignon hut. I mean, Alexandra Maldonado, 23, is facing felony charges after the October 22nd attack. According to St. Petersburg police, Maldonado walked up to the drive-thru. Hold on. First off, displeased is a stretch. And Maldonado walked up to the drive-thru window, reached in, and struck the 16-year-old victim, causing a visible red mark 1 by 4 inches in size. The crime was captured on surveillance video, according to Maldonado's arrest record. When Maldonado was pulled over by police, she ended up confessing to the crime. Did you at least get the food, baby? And was arrested on the scene. Because the KFC worker is a minor, Maldonado was charged with child abuse. It was cool. Now these charges are going to start racking up. She racked up an additional charge of burglary for entering the KFC window, which remains closed unless cars are pulling up to receive their food. Maldonado was released from custody after posting a $15,000 bond. So with a 10%, that's what, $1,500. And how much was your meal, ma'am? Your meal, you just caught like 3 charges over a $10 value meal that you may or may not have enjoyed, depending on the time and the day of the week and how long. Recently, there have been a string of bizarre mishaps in fast food chains across the U.S. Oh yeah, that was yeah, it has. On October 19th, a Florida man had been arrested after attempting to rob a local Waffle House with finger guns and stealing napkins from a local restaurant. I caught that article. This was what, like last week? I caught that article and it was hilarious because you stole the napkins. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna take them to your boy. Your boy, hey, these napkins are hot, man. I can't take these napkins. What do? Look at you, scratch the serial numbers off these napkins. We can't do anything with these now. Get away from me, man. The police, your face is all over the news. You should have used one of the napkins to cover your face up. Yeah. Fun show. Fun show. Fun show. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you can catch this ride with me next time. That being said, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.